Shame! Shame!
Do you have a job?
Do
you have a job?
Shame! Shame! I'm getting paid right now! Shame! Shame!
Right here, right now, can we all agree, but for her actions, we would not be having this discussion tonight.
No,
that is absolutely true.
Because once again, one side is painting the other side as if we are terrorists, as if we are radicals. We've got the vice president calling her deranged, a deranged leftist.
What was she doing there, Lee? What was she doing?
Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to get notifications anytime I go live or make a video. Ladies and gentlemen, get you one of these shirts. Sugar, honey, iced tea. Let's get into this.
You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Oh! That quick. That quick, he gets hit. That quick, she pulls off. He don't know if she gonna run straight at him or whatever the case may be. They talking all that noise. They talking all that trash. And this is what happens. That woman had no business being there. It's all stupidity from these ignorant folk on the left. And it wasn't by happenstance she ended up there. We did a little bit of research. Come to find out, this woman is already a part of an ICE chasing organization. They getting paid to harass federal agents because of their own political agenda. That is called domestic terrorism. Let's go to let's go back up to the images of the GoFundMe. So you got this. The nose ring says it all every time. I don't know. $1.4 million raised. $1.4 million raised. 37,000 people decided to donate to, I guess, what's left of her family because she too stupid to not do all that. And people like to say, well, you know, when Charlie is on campus debating in a peaceful manner legally. It is an open campus, public university. He has the right to set his table up there and have debates. Somebody killing him in that scenario is completely unjustified, uncalled for, unnecessary. This woman is chasing down ICE agents and hit one of them with a car and ended up dying as a result of a justifiable use of force. Was he trying to kill her? No, it's no evidence he was trying to kill her. It was 2 quick shots, boom, boom, and it was over. People say, do she deserve to die? That's up to God. No man can decide if you deserved to die. All a man can do is say, was I justified in using deadly force against you because you were a threat of serious bodily injury or death? He didn't even have to be afraid of dying. He could have been afraid of that he would be seriously injured as a result of her weaponizing her vehicle to hit him. And police officers don't shoot to kill you. They shoot you to eliminate you as a threat. So him shooting into the vehicle twice, there's no indication that he intentionally killed her. Him getting hit was almost simultaneous with him shooting. She ended up dying as a result, which is unfortunate. But that's what happens when you do this stuff. And every time I talk about her, I'm going to talk about our hero or somebody who we should be supporting. Pull my computer up. They raised $1.4 million for this woman. And that other woman with her ain't going to raise that kid worth a dime. So yeah, they finna get $1.4 million for that other woman. I want to call her a derogatory term, but I'm not. For that other woman to raise that boy to be, that's what's going to happen. He ain't got no father figure. He got a dumb liberal wearing pants and jeans like she a man, raising a little boy with $1.4 million. But instead of doing that, how about we support Nick Shirley? You can go and support Nick Shirley right here. We had 3,500 people donate to his fund. They got 37,000. I know we can get more people to come and support Nick Shirley and his security so that he can be safe doing the right thing. He ain't out there doing all that crazy stuff. Nick Shirley's doing the right thing. All right, get me back to the news. Here's another image of the group that they follow or whatever that they're a part of. Minnesota Ice Watch. Mick Stinky was a part of that group. You can see right here. And what do? In Minnesota, they're chasing down, blocking, obstructing lawful work that ICE is doing in the community. So these dummies are coordinating this stuff. When they could be doing something better with their lives, instead, these two are running around in a car trying to run over ICE agents. All right, get to the next one. Then you got them being associated with this recruiting of people to go and harass, assault, dox ICE. So more than a mother, this is what she doing. To be honest, she probably put more effort in this than being a mama. This is what they're involved in. They got a Zoom call where they're going to do a Zoom call to talk about how they're going to defeat ICE, how they're going to organize against ICE. They're organizing against a lawful federal agency conducting enforcement of laws that are on the books. If you don't want immigration law, then you vote for the laws to not be on the books. They're just enforcing the law. And the law, to be honest, is in the best interest of America. What's wrong with getting people that's illegally in our country out of the country? That's it. That are committing crimes. So we in that vein, we have clip 104, which is represented on CNN, is just blasting these people. They like, can I say this before we start? Why is it always the white man that only makes sense on these shows? Mostly it's none of the women, and definitely none of the black people. It's only white men that make sense on these shows. They need to get more black people on these shows, black men, so we don't just look like we all stupid. Because I can't find a black person on this show that make any sense. At least the ones they frequently present. Roll the clip.
Well, the New York Post is reporting tonight that she was part of a local organization and she was labeled as an ICE warrior. Her role was to go out and impede ICE to do videos and stalk these guys. I mean, can we not just admit right here, right now, can we all agree, but for her actions, we would not be having this discussion tonight?
No,
that is absolutely true.
No,
Think about this.
Absolutely
yes.
true.
Cannot all agree.
Oh, yeah, no,
this is
no,
bananas.
Absolutely.
What is happening again is once again,
Time out.
one side
Time
is
out.
painting the
And dumb women like her. The world can be better without ignorant, dumb black folks and dumb women. Keep these dummies off to the side and let's bring in the good people. Let's bring in women that got common sense. That's not stupid cat ladies. And let's bring some black folks in that's just not completely stupid and indoctrinated. God dang, I'm tired of looking at these ignorant folk. Just stupid. And she gonna get stupider. But I want to comment on one thing he said. If it had not been for her actions, we wouldn't be here. Why they want to blame everybody? Why they want to blame the reaction? It's a reaction to her actions. If she had not been chasing ICE down and running over people, she'd be still alive today, wouldn't she? If George Floyd hadn't hit coke or speed or whatever he did and resisted arrest, there would be no knee on his neck. I don't know why people can't get that in their head. If Michael Brown had gotten off the side of the road and didn't try to kill a police officer, if Eric Garner didn't resist arrest on his 47th arrest, there would be no, I can't breathe. You know why Brandon Tatum ain't gonna get shot by a police officer because I ran one of them over? Because I ain't gonna do what she doing. Brandon Tatum ain't gonna get, I can't breathe. Because if they tell me to do something, I'm gonna do what they told me to do. I told my son this last night, and my son know better, but I keep putting in his mind. I say, son, you see how stupid these people are? Yeah, Daddy, I see. If a cop tell you to do something, you do it. And if they doing something wrong, you call your daddy. And I'll take care of it. Or you go to court. And there's no curbside justice. Because you're going to get killed. Right, wrong, and different. Even if she was right, she's still dead. Like, it don't matter if you're right. Come on, put it back on the screen. Let him finish. Let him cook. We got a minute and a half. Let him cook.
The other side is if we are terrorists, as if we are radicals. We've got the vice president calling her deranged, a deranged leftist.
What was she doing there, Lee? What was she doing?
Do you honestly want to know?
You tell me.
Okay. She was there in her car after dropping her child off at school. She was shot at 9.
Blocking 2 lanes of traffic, right.
She was not blocking 2 lanes of traffic because we both watched her wave 2 people around her car. They drove around her car, so she was not blocking 2 lanes of traffic. Then when they told her to move, she backed up and she drove. I've said this a million times. That's not the point.
What was she doing there?
The point, it doesn't matter what she was doing there.
Absolutely.
No, okay, so I'm walking down the street.
Impeding legal
She was not impeding anyone.
She
was not impeding anyone.
Let me
This is
just say
completely
this.
bananas.
It doesn't actually matter why she was there. She
of
didn't
course not.
deserve.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
She
It
didn't
absolutely
deserve to
matters.
die.
Look.
Because you know what? If there was a de-escalation tactic, which some of the work I've been doing for the last 15 years of my career, if there was a de-escalation tactic and not drawing a weapon, there's a way. You have the license plate. Guess what? If I go, hey, you look me. You don't look over there, right? So if a man is coming to your car and pulling, you might not even see the officer in front. Let me finish.
Hit the smoke alarm for her.
And she said, go around.
She was ordered to get out of the
car. And so that she deserves to die?
Do you not think, have you not lost your mind sitting here,
You
honestly?
sound like you've lost your mind because you're saying it's okay to impede law enforcement.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that she deserves.
Get back in the kitchen. Get these women back in the kitchen. Get them off this show. They have not learned manners or common sense. They just ignorant folk. You know I'm joking about the kitchen thing. Don't get mad at me. I'm just joking. Some of y'all going, I'm following Brandon, he misogynist. No, I'm joking, kind of. But the lady says it don't matter why she was there. Is that not a part of the investigation? So when they make a determination of guilt on behalf, or guilt or innocence on behalf of the police officer, are they not going to bring into question that her entire motive was to come there and to obstruct? So that plays into her mindset. If her whole motive was to go there to obstruct traffic and she's joining these anti-ICE groups, that's her motive. Just like if this guy, the ICE agent, was a part of a anti-women group or something like that, you would be like, hey, maybe that speaks to his motive. He hate women, so when a woman does this, he acts the way he acts, maybe it could speak to his motive. So anybody being a part of anything pre-event is invaluable in an investigation. And then you got the other, I want to say something, but I'm trying to be a Christian. You got the other woman out there that's trying to dress like a man, and she out there antagonizing. They're out there confronting them. It's their motive. It don't matter why she there. And this is the thing, how you know either your friend, your mama, your cousin is a complete stewhead. It's when they say, but did they deserve to die? Deserving to die isn't on the plate here. Nobody says she deserved to die, but she did deserve to be shot. Now, she died, that's, it happens. But she deserved to get shot. She didn't deserve to die. That's up to God to decide if you deserve it or not. And if you see her in hell, you'll know she deserved it. But anyway, let me move on. I want to show y'all some merch on the store. If you like the Sugar Honey Iced T-shirt, we got it available for you. 26% off. We got the T-shirt and we got the hoodie. 26% off. Just put Ice 26. Let's see if we can zoom in on this. Ice 26. We got the sugar, the honey, ice, and the tea. I say it so much that I figured that I'd make a shirt, putting it out there. And if you want to get into these other products that are congruent or some that are normally bought together, you can get them. And check out our reviews. We got 22,000 5-star reviews, and you can go read them. Sometimes people don't write 5 stars. They write other stars. But go and read them and check them out and make a determination for yourself. Is this good quality product, and are people genuinely excited about supporting the Officer Tatum store? But get you one of these Sugar Honey Iced Tea shirts. Let's get back to the news. Let's go to Donald Trump administration, the Trump administration alluding to they're going to investigate these funded groups that I think are vicariously responsible for her death. You know, when you go and you commit a homicide and somebody dies in the commission of a homicide, all the accomplices are charged with the same crime as the person who killed the victim in the case, which means that I go and break in somebody's house and I go rob somebody and somebody dies, whether it's me or the victims. Anybody die in that, everybody gets charged with first-degree murder. And I honestly believe that the groups and the people that are behind encouraging these nut jobs to go out here and do this, they should be charged with her death. Vicariously responsible for them encouraging violent acts against ICE agents. All of them should go to jail. Roll the clip.
And as we learn more about Renee Nicole Good, who was shot and killed by this ICE agent, DHS sources telling Fox she was a Minneapolis-based immigration activist, part of the ICE Watch effort across the city. So basically what sources are telling me is this group is organized to monitor, track, interfere, and oppose ongoing federal immigration enforcement operations. They all tell each other where to meet up, they share the locations, etc. And they say, according to this investigation, before the shooting, Renee Nicole Good had followed the agents around to other locations, and then, as we saw in the video, used her car to block the roadway. Back out here live, I think this could be maybe one of the big parts of this investigation. The feds are now looking into these ICE watch groups, not just here in Minnesota, but across the country, because they're not just, quote, legal observers, these people. They're blocking ongoing operations. They're jumping on cars, and there's just a lot of chaos happening in Minnesota. So we'll see what happens for the Day of Unity, I guess.
Right, Alexis, so we know for sure this isn't just a poet just who is driving away in a traffic stop. We know she was an activist, right? We know she was part of a formal group that had training to do just this.
That's right, and that's what the feds believe is going on at other locations. You know, now that this happened too, Brian, in this neighborhood here in Minnesota, they don't believe these ICE watch groups are just going to, pack up their bags and go home. They're revved up, they're ready for the weekend. We know more protests are coming, and then there's still ongoing ICE operations. I think they think they're going to run the feds out of town. President Trump says we're not going anywhere. We support the men and women of ICE. And once they see more people getting arrested here during these lawful operations, they're going to, freak out again.
All right. Thank you so much, Alexis. Yeah, she was an ICE watch.
ICE watch witch. That's what she was. Just dumb. Here we got a text message or a note from her brother-in-law, and pretty much the gist of what he's saying. It says New Good's former brother-in-law, I guess Joseph, has weighed in on the tragedy, telling the Daily Mail on Wednesday night that she put herself in a dangerous situation without reason. She had no reason to be there, in my opinion, he said. It had nothing to do with her. She shouldn't have been in the way. She had nothing to do with ICE agents or immigration, so she shouldn't have been there. She should have minded her own business. Joseph said Good had 3 children, including a 6-year-old son that she shared with the Air Force veteran brother, or his brother, I'm assuming, Tim, who tragically died in 2023. Her older 2 children from a previous relationship are in custody of their father. So she ain't anyway. The father, the kids, the boy. Now, I'm not saying every mama that don't have their kids is a bad mama. I would argue a mama that don't have their kids and their kids live with their daddy would be good mamas, because some of y'all raggedy women want to hold your kid, and the daddy is a good influence, but you want to be selfish, so you don't want to ever let them see their daddy because you want control. Because their daddy don't want you, then they can't see their kids. But good mamas. And I'm not saying in every situation, because some dudes are dirty and they don't deserve to see their kids, some of them. But I'm saying in a situation where the dad is a good man, mama a good person, reasonably, and you got kids, sometimes when you see the kids living with their daddy and not with their mama, a lot of times it's a good woman that know that the daddy can take care of them better than I can, or the dad is better equipped to deal with them at this age than I can. And I'm humble enough to allow my children to have a good life than for me to be holding my kids back because I'm selfish. So she could have been smart enough to let the kids go with the daddy because she's a dumb activist married to a woman. So maybe I'll give her credit with that one. So she may not just be a dirty dog woman. She may have realized that me and another woman can't raise no boys, so I let them go with their daddy. But unfortunately, the other kid that's left with the GoFundMe money, I'm assuming, is that other nasty woman and the kid is going to have the millions of dollars, but that's her second kid that his daddy, who was in the Air Force or in the Special Forces or whatever they said on that thing, that he tragically died. So it's incredibly unfortunate that that kid's daddy died and now mama died. Daddy may have died a hero, I don't know. Mama definitely didn't die a hero. Last name good, making bad decisions. And I really don't want to be insensitive, but this stuff got to stop. Y'all got to stop this. Y'all out here dying for no reason. It's just like these young boys in gangs. You die for what? A color? You die for what? Your set? And when you go to jail on behalf of your set, they're gonna be with your woman. There ain't no loyalty in this game. And you dying over something stupid. All right.